I've never been more convinced that you can make $1 million if you want to. Here's how we're going to do it. But before I get started, I want you to make sure to comment below and say, I am ready. This lets me know who is paying attention, and I look at every single comment. It also helps the video get out to more people. Second thing I want you to do is to subscribe to this channel. Now, I'm going to tell you how to use AI to make your first million. I'm so glad that you're here. This is exactly where you belong. If you're not familiar with me, I built a venture capital fund while I was on food stamps and homeless. I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that so you'll trust me on this one thing that I know for sure. AI is the biggest business opportunity of our lifetime. I'll say it again. AI is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, and almost everyone is going to miss it. You will leave here, this video, with a plan, not just a vibe. That's my promise to you today. So here's where we're going. We are going from the shift to the opportunity to your first dollars. Part one is the shift. Let's zoom out. So every 10 to 15 years, this floor moves. In 1995, the internet arrived. Most people call that a fad. It's just for nerds, people said. Then in 2007, the iPhone arrived, and most people called it just a phone. It wasn't a phone. It was a category extinction event. The casualties of this time period were taxis, yellow pages, map stores, print classifieds, video rentals. You may not even recognize some of these. In 2022, ChatGPT arrived, and most people called it a toy if they knew about it at all. Be honest, did you call it a toy too? Let me know in the comments. I don't want it to cost you what it could cost you. Here's what's different about this time. The time that it's taken for the following to get to 100 million users. Look at this. The telephone took 75 years to get to 100 million users. Mobile phones took 16 years, just 16. But ChatGPT took 2 months, 60 days. This isn't another wave, it's an absolute tide. So what is the opportunity? Who wins in shifts like this? Not always the smartest, not always the most funded. And thank goodness it's not about the most funded. It's the people who move first. So there are three doors that are open to you right now. You can build with AI, you can sell to those people who are building with AI, or you can teach AI. Any one of these are doors for you. The first door, build with AI. So you ship products that took a team of 10 last year by yourself this weekend. This is now possible with AI. It used to take a lot of people, a lot of time, and sometimes a lot of money. But you can do the same thing now by yourself over a weekend. Door number two is you could also sell to those who are building AI, or instead sell to those who are building AI. So the picks and shovels always wins in the gold rush. The people who made a lot of money during the gold rush back in the day weren't just the people digging for gold. It was the people who were selling shovels and picks along the road. And door three, teach AI. Become the person your peers ask. That alone is a business. So here's the honest part. You don't need permission. You don't need a degree. You don't need to be technical. Here's what you actually need. You need curiosity. We talked about this in the last video. You need curiosity. You need speed, speed to action, because money loves speed. And you need a specific person to help, a type of person or even a person you have in mind. Curiosity, that's it. That's the prerequisite. That's the prerequisite. That's a hard word to say. Speed, done is the new perfect. Shipping is the new credential. So done is the new perfect, not being perfect, but just getting it done. And shipping, meaning doing it, getting it out there into the world. And then a specific person to help in a sea of people. So you then are the niche. You are the niche. Don't pick a topic necessarily, pick a person. Pick a person you can help. So let's talk about money. You want to do that? Let me know in the comments if you want to talk about money. Say, yes, I want to talk about money. The wealth gap isn't an accident. We can go time for money, which is the old way of doing things, or we can go leverage for money. How many times have you heard me talk about leverage? Most people only know one of these. AI is the new leverage. And here's the wild part. Most of it is free or close to it. Even if it's not free, it's $5 a month, it's $20 a month. Sometimes you can do zero to start. You can use ChatGPT, Lovable. All of these different AIs have a freemium model, letting you start right away. Average AI side income earner, it took 67% reached profit in their first 90 days because it is so cheap to start. So why will most people not do this? They'll say, I'm too late. Well, you're earlier than 95% of the people on the planet. If you're paying this much attention, if you made it this far in the video, it'll take everyone's job. Well, it'll take the jobs of people who refuse to use it. I don't know where to start. Good. That's why you're here. So here's the play. The simplest path I know, not only have I researched it, but I've lived it. As someone who used to be homeless just 10 and a half years ago and now has invested in more than 200 startups led by underrepresented founders. And I've seen thousands of those startups. I've also helped thousands of entrepreneurs make money online. You're going to pick one person, you're going to solve one problem, and you're going to charge people for it. You're going to stop giving away stuff for free all the time. So say it out loud to yourself. Pick one person, solve one problem, charge for it. So past you counts as that person. So because often past you is the perfect customer. You from a year ago, you from 5 years ago is who you're often looking for. I certainly am. I'm looking for that woman who was sitting on the floor of the San Francisco airport, not knowing when her next dollar was coming in, but had a laptop and had her wits about her and didn't have the technology we have now, but could have probably put some stuff together if they had me. So I'm trying to help the person that I was 10 and a half years ago. This could be your situation. Does that make sense? If you don't know exactly who to help, think about who you were when you had a problem. It could be you today, but think about what you have figured out in the last year. You may not be where you want to be, but you have figured something out in the last year or two. Then you're going to solve one problem, not their whole life, but one annoying thing that would help them if you could fix it for them. And at any point in this video, if you need to pause and think about this and take notes, please do. And then you're going to charge for it from day one because $5 is real and $0 is data. It's okay if you don't charge for certain things, but we're going to get into the habit of charging people for stuff. And then you're not going to fall in love with the tool, with the certain platform, with a certain brand of AI. You're going to fall in love with the person you're helping. So what works real now? What is real talk? What's the real talk? So your assets, let's put together some assets for you. Your first asset is your story. AI cannot have lived your life, and that is your moat. That is the thing that keeps you away from the sharks away from you, the competition away from you, is your story. Asset number two is your taste. AI generates infinite. You decide what's good. So AI is always going to give an answer. It's never not going to give an answer. But you, the human, you have the taste. You have the point of view. That is not gone away yet. And then asset number three is your network. Who is already in your network and who can you bring into your network? I'm not talking about famous people. I'm talking about the people you already know who know other people. You all can collaborate. And then if you can go out there either in person or virtually and meet more people, like inside of your first 5K for free, then you're building your network. These three combined compound. So what should you actually sell? Five formats that work right now. A digital product, which has no inventory and you can build it once and sell it over and over again. A small service that you can do for someone. A community base like school. A custom AI or a teaching brand. So let's look at them one at a time, okay? So the format one, digital product. This could be a template, a guide, a mini course, a tool. You build once, you sell forever. More and more, these are becoming tools, interactive. I need you to hear me when I say that more and more these are becoming interactive tools that you build. For instance, there is an AI called Lovable that lets you write a few sentences and it'll build a website for you. And that website could actually just be a tool on the website that does something. It's a calculator, it's some sort of prediction model, it's something. It can do copy, sales copy, different things like that. Whatever you teach, if you teach skateboarding, if you teach singing, etc. These digital products, you build them once and you can sell them forever. The second type is a small service. So it's done for you, but powered by AI. The highest dollar value per hour is right here in this format. It is also fastest to first sale. And the reason is because a lot of people, even if they have information, they still don't want to do it themselves. Even if somebody's watching this, you still may decide, I don't want to do that. And you pay someone else to do something for you. So a service that you do for somebody that is helped by AI is incredibly powerful. Format three, a community. Recurring revenue, loneliness is the new tax bracket. So a school membership about something not only helps you by getting that recurring revenue, people paying you $10, $20, $30 a month or more, but it also helps you because you can upsell within that membership. And it also helps you even more so importantly because it helps you nurture your audience. And as more and more AI rolls out, it's more and more important that you're having an audience communication, that you're not just selling stuff if you want to have long-term depth and not constantly have to look for new customers. Format number four, a custom AI. So your knowledge on demand for someone else. This is extremely powerful. Format number five, a teaching brand. So you can do this on YouTube. You can have a newsletter. You can do it through speaking, have books. You essentially are an info product person. You teach someone something. This doesn't always have to be about how to make money. It could be about any topic, but you use these formats and these platforms to get your message across. This has the longest compounding asset of all time, meaning the YouTube videos that I make are going to last years. The books that I create, I have 4 of them, are going to last years. Speaking is going to be very powerful, and the newsletter through different email is so, so powerful. So which one is best? The one you'll actually finish this month, the one you'll actually do is what's best. Does that make sense? So the authority stack. This is what took me from broke to raising $30 million for Backstage Capital. There are 3 layers in this order: audio, audience, authority. Now, this is going to throw you off a little bit, so I want you to pay attention. Audio, talk, on record, often, voice memos count. And then, in fact, I would do that the most. So, second, audience, don't chase followers, chase the right 100. Authority, authority is the byproduct of showing up on the record. Most people skip audio and wonder why nothing works. And AI just made this faster. This is what you can do with audio. And you can do this with video. Talk to it once and AI multiplies it. So you can make one voice memo, turn that into 20 posts, turn that into a product. I just did this over the weekend where over the last weekend, I recorded a 1-hour consultation with a client of mine. I took that consultation where I gave my info, my voice, my taste, as we talked about earlier, and I let the transcription of that go into AI, a specific one that I'll show you in a moment, and it helped me build out an actual product for them. So why isn't everyone doing this if it's so simple? Because the gap is not information. As I said, there will be thousands of people who see this video and have the information, but only a few select will do something about it. Information is not the gap. The gap is a coach in your corner. Which brings me to Authority X Pro. I built Authority X Pro because I was tired of watching brilliant people quit. Authority X Pro is your AI coach trained on me, available 24/7. It's like having me in your corner day or night. So what does it actually do? Well, it helps you pull out the first offer. First of all, most people don't know what to offer. Most people would have seen the first part of this video and said it's very interesting. I agree, but I don't know still what exactly I would sell. This helps you create that within minutes. It helps write in your voice, so it's not generic AI. It's not like going to anything that you're used to, where you just get information that is pulled from everybody and it tells you the best idea that it has. This is actually pulled from me, my trainings that took me from being homeless to raising more than $30 million to generating millions of dollars a year for myself and for my clients. It also calls you out when you're stalling. This is huge. Accountability is one of the top 3 reasons people do not move forward, because they need accountability and they just don't know where to find it. And it gives you your next move always. You're never stuck. You're never just sitting there wondering what to do next. You're always going to have a next move. And this is the coach that the past me would have killed for. This is what I was looking for the whole time. So here's the first thing I want you to do. I want you to try Authority X Pro for free for 24 hours. You don't have to do a huge commitment. You get 24 hours of the real thing, though, not just a demo. You get the real thing. Why is it 24 hours? Because if you can't make moves in 24 hours, a month will not fix it. And let me tell you, this is so powerful that within the first few minutes, you will see how much it will change what you're up to. AuthorityXPro.com is linked in the description below. In 24 hours, you can name who that person is. You can define that one problem. You can draft your first offer and you can get on the record. And let me tell you something. I've said it once on this video. I'll say it again. You need one problem that you're solving, one person that you're helping, and one way that you're doing it. That is how you get to your first million. Over and over and over again. That is true. Now, if you're saying I don't need a million right now, I would be happy with 5,000 or 10,000. That is how you get there. And then you go further. You go further. Have your 24 hours, have your whole mind blown, and then you go further. Some people don't just want a coach. Some people want to be the coach. Pay attention if this is resonating with you already. I have my Authority X Pro certification that I've just announced in the last few days. So you can learn how I do what I do, then do it for your own people. The certification is for you if you already have a niche or audience. You're tired of trading hours for dollars. You're ready to teach what you know and you want to leverage a proven system. Now, it says niche or audience. You do not have to have both. There are plenty of people who are in the certification who do not already have an audience, or there are people who have an audience, but they don't know exactly what to sell to them. Come on in. We'll help you make that work. So you can apply for the certification. It's an application only. It's limited cohorts. Our first cohort last week sold out in 24 hours. Our next cohort is coming up at the top of the month. So go to the application. You'll fill out the application. You'll put down a $500 deposit to hold your seat before they're all gone. And then if you're approved, you'll get the next steps and you'll have until the cohort starts at the beginning of the month to pay the remainder. If you do not get approved in the application, I will refund your deposit, but you're holding the seat so that you don't lose out on the seat. So you have 2 paths from this room. You can try the 24-hour free trial and you can stop there if you want. And there's an incredible amount you'll get from that. You'll also be offered the opportunity to keep going with Authority X Pro in a paid account. And you can pay for that yearly, monthly, or even weekly if you want, and meet you where you are. And the other path is that you can apply for the AXP certification, just like several others have who sold out the first batch within 24 hours. One path most will take is doing absolutely nothing. I need you to be the exception. If nothing else, why not take the 24-hour trial that is absolutely free? You don't have to put a card down, you don't have to do anything. You just sign in and you use it. Before you go, there's one more thing. I want to paint you a picture of 1 year from now. 1 year from now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine this, okay? You have an audience, you have an offer, and you have income. Or 1 year from now, it's still on your to-do list. Everything that I just listed is on your to-do list. And you're right back where you started. The difference between the two is what you will do in the next 24 hours. I want you to plant the flag today. Because you don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step. Thank you so much. Here are your moves. Start the 24-hour trial or apply for the certification or do both. Go do it. I'll see you there.